Britain has survived the Blitz, Brexit, and even the Spice Girls reunion. But now, the country is breaking apart over hotel bookings. Yes, asylum seekers staying in travelodges and holiday inns have somehow sparked the biggest protests since Brexit. Because nothing says national crisis like someone else taking the continental breakfast. It started simple. The UK government, running out of space, decided to house asylum seekers in hotels. The logic? We can't leave them outside. The reaction? Well, you can't put them inside either. Soon, towns across England and Wales turned into protest zones, with angry locals shouting, "No vacancy," like they were auditioning for faulty towers. Politicians did what politicians do best, arrive late and blame someone else. Some MPs claimed the protests were just concerned citizens. Others said far-right groups had hijacked the cause. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister looked like he wished he'd booked a one-way ticket to anywhere that didn't have the word immigration in the headlines. On TikTok, teenagers were live-streaming protests like they were music festivals. On Facebook, aunties shared posts about secret immigrant plots written by men whose profile pictures are just cars. X, had its own civil war between send them home and welcome them in, with everyone secretly muting each other by day 3. The Home Office promised a review of accommodation policy. Translation: we'll probably just move them to another hotel in another angry town. And then there was that press conference, where a minister tried to say, "We're listening to your concerns," but accidentally admitted, "We didn't see this coming." But everyone else did. Contrary to the conspiracy posts, the hotels aren't packed with spies, gangsters, or reality TV contestants. Sure, you can't guarantee there's 0 shady characters. That's life. Your local pub probably has a couple too. But most are just families fleeing wars you couldn't find on a British map without Google. And if the British really hate them that much, maybe they should just ask Donald Trump to be their prime minister. He'd check every passport himself, then send half of them back to their country of origin just for looking suspicious. The protests have revealed Britain's newest political divide. It's no longer just leave versus remain. It's check in versus check out. And while both sides swear they're fighting for the soul of the nation, here's the awkward truth. Britain's economy is already paying for these hotel rooms. Because international law and treaties Britain signed say asylum seekers can't just be turned away at the port. Yes, citizens can shout, protest, and even vote for parties promising a Brexit-style asylum exit, but unless the UK rips up those agreements, the breakfast buffet stays open. Some countries like Singapore and Switzerland sidestep all this. They simply don't accept asylum seekers in the first place. The result? Low crime, controlled population, and fewer budget headaches. Of course, critics call it cold or inhumane, but it's also why their immigration arguments never spill into the streets. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the US faces the same hotel room headache, just without the hotels. Under Trump, thousands of illegal immigrants were sent back home, only for courts and Democrats to demand they be flown back to America for hearings. In some cases, those same people later committed crimes that made the evening news, and the public even angrier. So yes, maybe one day Britain will solve the housing crisis, immigration policy, and political division. But until then, the war over hotel rooms continues, a saga future historians will call the 4-star apocalypse. And somewhere, right now, an asylum seeker is trying their first English breakfast, while Britain debates whether they deserve the beans, the bacon, or just a one-way ticket somewhere else. Thank you for watching Pastcast, where the past echoes through today. If you enjoyed the satire, scrolls, and scandals, like, subscribe, and ring the bell before the next empire falls.